was year 96. My friend Catherine was organizing an exchange between EGEA Utrecht and EGEA Oulu. And EGEA Oulu was very young and it needed more people. So I hopped in, and also some other geography students mates. So EGEA Utrecht came to Oulu, and 2 months later we traveled back to Utrecht.
I joined EGEA in my first year of studying because I just came back from my gap year from Canada and I actually didn't want to stop traveling. So yeah, there was a really nice group and they seem to have a lot of fun traveling around Europe, so I decided to join them.
This was in 2004. I've been a member of the local student union at that time, and with a group of friends we've just returned from a very inspiring and exciting excursion abroad from the US. And in fact we were just searching for another occasion to go abroad together. And then there was an announcement from EGEA Utrecht that there will be the annual Congress 2004, and that they also found out that in previous times EGEA Vienna was an active member, because at this time when I started studying there was no EGEA entity active. And well, then we just registered also for Utrecht, and it was 4 or 5 of us going there, and so it all got started again. And
I like to say that I perceive my life as, or at least early adulthood, as a life before EGEA and life after EGEA.
Yes, EGEA has shaped my life a lot. From a skills perspective, it definitely gave me a lot. Every job I have had since starting in EGEA has been a direct result of the skills and the experience I gained in EGEA.
Well, I would say EGEA helped me in different ways. First of all, EGEA helped me develop my foreign language communication skills. I learned English, German and Spanish at university, and in previous years I spoke more German as I studied in Germany, while in EGEA I could practice all my 3 foreign languages easily.
EGEA not only shaped my life but transformed it in a better way, made me an experienced person and showed me a different world, let's say, a world of diverse cultures, nationality, customs, traditions. EGEA gave me the courage to travel, sometimes alone, sometimes with friends, around Europe.
I wrote my master thesis about EGEA, and I did that at the end of my term as president, and it was a very it melted into each other, I think, and to some extent it dictated my life back then.
I was always involved in some great development in EGEA, and I always did some meaningful work, at least for me, in my opinion. For example, already as a member of the BOE in 2008-9, we changed EGEA from foundation into association. We completely changed our legal documents, so we transformed EGEA already there. So in a way we started new age for EGEA.
EGEA helped me develop my organizational and managerial skills through the process of setting up EGEA Moscow entity and developing it during first months and first years of its existence, and through organization of EGEA Eastern Regional Congress.
I would say that EGEA opened some doors of my internal life that I didn't knew that I haven't. It made me a geographer survivor, among geographers.
From a more social perspective, I think that I've not only come to know a lot about other cultures, I've come to be much more open in the way that I think about things and in the way that I understand things. So, for example, I'll have a conversation with my colleague about something which is happening in Malta, and I'm able to say, oh yeah, because in Hungary it's like this, and in Austria it's like this, just because I know what's going on in those places, because I know people there, and I'm more tuned in. I think I'm more tuned in with what's going on in the bigger picture rather than what's just going on around me. So it's opened my mind in that sense.
And you got to know me.
And I got to know you.
Well, what we managed to achieve in 4 years, besides the annual meetings and some publications, was to finish and ratify the first statutory base of EGEA. The job was not an easy one. In Barcelona, 1993, and the meeting lasted for hours and hours.
My last contribution to EGEA, and I think my biggest one, was working and building on the new EGEA website. And when I left, I think we were in a year of launching of this website. So my biggest project, I think, where I really spent hundreds of hours, and really I put all of myself out there, was this new website. Because I'm not an IT person, I still managed to coordinate and to lead this really huge project. I think this is, in a way, my greatest legacy to EGEA, but also EGEA gave so much to me. I grew so much in EGEA. I mean, EGEA transformed my life. As I said, life before EGEA and life after EGEA. I cannot imagine myself being without this great company, this great EGEA spirit.
I cannot really think about my life without EGEA. I cannot imagine how it would have been without EGEA. All these friendships and networking, all the fun, all the connection that I still have with these old friends, it's something so valuable. And it's a big part of my life still. And I think my life would have been much more boring without EGEA.
Looking back in a retrospective, you realize the importance of some of the events which were not at that time that important. For example, AC, my first General Assembly as a BOE member, we were elected at this General Assembly in 2011. There was a thrilling competition between two entities to get the organizing right for the annual Congress 2012. It was severe competition between EGEA Warsaw and EGEA Ljubljana. They were very equal, both had very strong applications, and at the end it was really difficult to choose one of them. So we had open voting at the General Assembly. The first round was equal, and it was like everyone were sweating, shaking hands. It was very exciting.
I have memories that I will always remember because they all end up in tears. For example, when AC 2010 has ended, it was a very emotional moment, or when my BOE was discharged, that was a very emotional moment as well. But there are also like frightening moments that I remember all the time. For example, during a road trip in a BOE live meeting, a Dutch guy was driving a very old car in Norwegian slopey mountains. That was frightening.
Just before this interview, I opened my EGEA treasure chest and I found lots of memories, huge feelings, travel logs of congresses and exchanges, pictures, souvenirs, tickets and letters. Indeed, we wrote lots of letters and postcards to each other, even the email already existed. And one thing is just we travel places by using trains and buses and even hitchhiked.
I have many good memories from EGEA, but one of my favorite might be to get to the end of a hike through the Ziogas mountains in Romania. Because then I knew that I had done 120 kilometers on my feet with a heavy backpack.
And the second one, the second round, the EGEA Leuven won and got the right to organize a Youth Congress 2012 in Belgium, in Leuven. And it turned out to change my life fully because exactly after this Congress, during the Congress, I've met my husband.
I guess that's for all Congress organizers the same. It's the closing ceremony of my own Congress, of the WRC 2015, because it's a really great feeling when you know that all the work paid off and the last couple of days have enriched the life of all the EGEANs that have been there.
Okay, so are you still in contact with friends from EGEA?
Yes, pretty much daily, I would say. It's luckily nowadays social media exists, and which I don't think there was Facebook in 2004 or 5, and so I'm very much following what all the EGEA friends are doing all over Europe, and well, most of all my wife Nona, she's from EGEA Helsinki, so we have a very good life together, and have settled in Vienna and just recently to Helsinki.
Yes, of course. Well, my husband is former EGEA member, and we live in Antwerp, in Belgium. There are several EGEANs who also moved to Antwerp from EGEA Leuven. There are also many EGEANs living not far behind the border in the Netherlands, so we keep in touch. We see each other every week. With some of them, we even work together. So yeah, we have pretty stable, regular contacts, and also with the EGEANs from Moscow, thanks to social media, we can keep in touch and see each other when we travel in different cities all over Europe and even all over the world.
Yes, of course. I'm in contact with nowadays members of EGEA Moscow, with former members of EGEA Moscow, with my friends from EGEA from other countries.
Yes, I'm still in contact with EGEA friends. I recently joined EGEA wedding. I celebrate New Year's party with my former BOE colleagues. I'm hosting EGEANs in Berlin. I visit EGEANs in Europe. I worked with EGEANs. I currently collaborate with EGEANs in projects, and I am living with an EGEAN.